Damn it. Come on.
Rise of the Tomb Raider is a game that I've been incredibly excited to play since its announcement. Me being a huge fan of Tomb Raider, both old and new, even though some people say that new Tomb Raider isn't a real Tomb Raider, which is fucking dumb. Despite all that though, I was incredibly excited to play Rise of Tomb Raider until it was announced it was going to be a timed Xbox One exclusive. So I immediately went from excited to play it to dreading it, because I knew when this game comes out, I'm going to have to buy an Xbox One. And that's what I did. I bought an Xbox One just to play this damn game. And to be completely honest, it was totally worth it. Rise of the Tomb Raider is one of the best games of 2015, and it might very well be my game of the year. It's either this or Witcher 3. Granted, they are both drastically different games, but who knows. So today I thought I'd review Rise of the Tomb Raider, and if you're wondering why I don't review Fallout 4 instead, well, that's because everyone and their mother is talking about Fallout 4, and not that many people are talking about Tomb Raider. Could it be because the game came out the exact same day as Fallout 4, or that it's being an Xbox One exclusive that not that many people outside of Xbox players could play it? Probably, but enough of all that. It's time to review Rise of the Tomb Raider. First off, this game is absolutely beautiful. The environments, the character models, the animations, it's all very stunning. The animation in particular is very good, especially with small, subtle animations on Lara. When it's really cold, you'll see Lara shivering. When she gets done swimming, she wrings the water out of her hair. When she gets near a campfire, she'll huddle her hands to try to get warm. It's small things like that that make this game a little more immersive. The game runs pretty good as well. While it's not 60 frames per second, the game runs at a solid 30 frames per second throughout the entire game, and I've very rarely ever seen that go down. Even when there's a ton of shit happening on screen, the game will always run at a solid 30 frames, and that's pretty impressive. Of course, when the game eventually comes out on PC, it will be able to run at 60 frames per second, and I have no idea about the PS4 version. It could be a completely gimped version, or it could be better than the Xbox One version. Who knows? As for the story in the last game was a lot more secluded and a lot more simple. Lara gets shipwrecked on an island and she tries to survive and escape it. While there was a lot more to it, that was pretty much all you need going in. In Rise, the story is much more like a Tomb Raider story. Lara goes on a passion quest to find an ancient artifact that her father was trying to find, all the while an evil organization is trying to find it first. It's very much something that you would find from other Tomb Raider games, Uncharted, or even Indiana Jones. That's not to say that the story is cliched by any means. The story is actually pretty fantastic. The side characters and the villains are much more memorable from the last game, and there's a few twists and turns here that even I didn't see coming. So without saying too much, the story is pretty fantastic and better than the last game. Now when it comes to gameplay, the platforming and the shooting are relatively the same, but there are aspects from the last game that are expanded on here. Like for example, the survival aspects from the last game, like hunting. Did you ever hunt in the last game? You know, I didn't. In Rise, however, hunting is actually a thing that you want to do, because when you hunt animals, you can use their hides to upgrade your weapons and equipment. You can also go to plants and get their herbs to make healing items, Molotov cocktails, and smoke bombs. The survival aspects from the last game are expanded here, and they're great. There's also quite a bit of animals you can hunt, like bears, deers, mountain lions, leopards. You can even pick up chickens and throw them. When it comes to collectibles, there's a shitload of them. The most interesting of which are the Russian propaganda signs and Greek murals. Like for example, you'll find a Greek mural, but Lara can't read it. So you have to find Greek scrolls so Lara can read them and be more fluent in Greek, so later she'll come back to that mural and she'll be able to read it. At one point in the game, you'll find a supply shack, which is basically a store to buy more weapons and equipment. But the currency for this shack is gold, and you find gold throughout the entire games, either on walls or on the ground. I recommend stockpiling on gold because there's a lot of cool shit in that shack, and a lot of them are expensive. There's also side missions that you find throughout the game that allow you to unlock more equipment and weapon upgrades. And finally, there's tombs. Okay, there were tombs in the last game, but there weren't that many of them, and they were pretty lame. In Rise, the tombs are fucking awesome. Some of them are beautiful, they're big, and they're just fun to solve. And there's quite a bit of them too, and that's great, because that was one of the problems I had with the last game, that there weren't that many tombs, and they weren't that great. So I'm glad Crystal Dynamics fixed that for this game. Final verdict, Rise of the Tomb Raider is a fan-fucking-tastic game, and it's my favorite Tomb Raider to date. And I highly recommend playing it if you have have an Xbox One. It does suck shit that it's not on all platforms, but we're just gonna have to wait. Fucking Microsoft making multiplats into exclusives. But hey, it's not like Microsoft's the only one doing it. I'm actually curious how well this game will sell, because it came out the same day as Fallout 4 and it's an Xbox exclusive. So I'm actually really curious how well this game will do, because I hope this game doesn't bomb, because I want to see more Tomb Raider games, especially if they keep getting better and better. So there you have it. That was my review for Rise of the Tomb Raider. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.